Golf legend Tiger Woods' personal life is once again in the public eye. He's at the center of two lawsuits from his ex-girlfriend. In a new complaint filed this week, Erica Herman is asking the court to void a non-disclosure agreement she signed at the beginning of their relationship. And back in October, she filed a suit after she says Woods locked her out of the Florida mansion they shared. Specifically, the lawsuit claims, quote, agents of the defendant told Herman to, quote, pack a suitcase for a short vacation before revealing to her that she had been locked out of the house upon arrival at the airport. She is now asking for $30 million, which she says is equal to the 5-year rental value of that home. So here to talk about how this could affect the 15-time champ is attorney and sports law columnist John Nichole. John, thank you so much for your time. Let's just start with the actual lawsuits. Does Erica Herman have valid complaints?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I mean, we should make clear if she has a legitimate sexual harassment or assault claim, then she should be heard on that. But she has not actually levied any of those claims at anybody right now. She has not accused Tiger of anything. She has simply said that she wants to know kind of what her rights are with respect to the NDA. Regarding the eviction claims and the $30 million she's seeking, I don't think those are too strong. She, as you mentioned, essentially argues she had an 11-year lease agreement with Tiger. Notwithstanding the fact that it would be a little odd for an 11-year lease agreement, she also doesn't have that in writing. And she kind of broadly asserts that she performed extraordinary services in consideration of that agreement. And, for those reasons, she's owed $30 million. So regarding the eviction claims, I don't think those are going to be too successful for her.
All right. Well, let's talk about that, the suit. She's suing a trust, not Woods himself, in which she is seeking these damages, quote, in excess of $30 million. Is her goal likely to settle and get a fraction of that, but still get a significant amount of money if she's suing for $30 million?
Well, I think if her goal of filing that lawsuit is related to being evicted, at least is related to settle, I think she's probably going to be a little bit disappointed. That may be her goal, but it's really not a strong claim. There are statute of frauds issues. So, for instance, Tiger Woods, his camp at least, lodged the defense that there are certain contracts that need to be in writing. Under Florida law, one of those is a contract for a lease for longer than 1 year. So obviously, as I mentioned, she doesn't have that in writing. So I think if her goal is to get a settlement here, she does not really have a strong claim for it.
All right. So Herman and Woods dated for at least 6 years based on the filings, but she signed a non-disclosure agreement. Is it common for big name athletes to have their significant others sign an NDA? Because we're not talking about an assistant. We're not talking about an employee here. We're talking about his girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, it is fairly common, both among athletes and celebrities. Celebrities are obviously in the public eye and have far more to lose surrounding their reputations. I know it's been reported in the past that Taylor Swift and Bieber and Ben Affleck, Lamar Odom, they've all had them. So interestingly, another thing, this is not the first time that this news has come out about Tiger. He had his former lover, Rachel Yucatel, actually sign one back in 2009. I think she was paid something to the tune of $5 million for that. So while it may seem uncommon or crazy for people like you and I, it's apparently pretty common in the celebrity world.
All right, last question for you, John. Just quickly, how do you think this will end? I mean, will both cases ultimately be dismissed, do you think?
Well, the October one, I think absolutely. As I mentioned, that statute of frauds defense, it's fairly strong. She does not have anything in writing. It's just kind of a broad assertion of an 11-year oral contract. It remains to be seen, though, whether she is actually planning on filing any other claims with respect to the NDA. Right now, she hasn't. She's just kind of asking a court to tell her whether it's valid or invalid.
Just kind of putting those feelers out.
Yeah, that one, if she has any follow-up claims on that, then we'll have to evaluate the strength as they come. But for now, I think her October claim is probably not too strong for her.
All right. Well, John Nichole, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.